And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 998. People, we are getting close to the 1000th episode. We are 2 shows away, and we've definitely been pushing forward so we can get these episodes done so we can get to the 1000. We've got a lot of treats for you, but definitely excited. But for today's stories, we have Canadian PM Justin Trudeau says investing in crypto is not an escape from inflation. Bitgo sues Galaxy Digital for acquisition breach, seeks $100 million in damages. Fidelity, Citadel, and Charles Schwab launch Bitcoin and crypto exchange. And we'll take a look at the Insider's Guide to Real-Life Crypto OGs from Cointelegraph magazine. But first, let's get into some prices for today. Our prices for today, Bitcoin is at $20,283, down 0.2%. Ethereum at $1,601 is down 0.2% as well. Binance Coin at $280 is up 0.5%. XRP at 33 cents, up 0.11% today. Cardano at 48 cents is up 1% today. Solana at 33.48, absolutely no percent today, up nothing. And Polkadot, rounding out the top 10, is 724, down 0.33%. And some of the coins that they used to show as far as top categories or new coins, they've got that out of there. So a lot of changes on CoinMarketCap. I don't really like what they're doing, but those are your prices for today. So let's get into some of the first stories after we take a look at everybody coming into the show today. Good morning, Kimo Crypto. Good morning, Ali Pio, Deron Collins, Blockchain Bully, Jake Fever. Nintendo 64, you can't see me in 007, my guy. Actually, they're making a 007 reboot, I heard, on Xbox. So, yeah, we can definitely get that game going. Get a nice bourbon and go ahead and smash everybody in 007. Let's see who we got. Wendy Nichols, Kevin Cummings, Sirius Bach, Reno Gamble, Sergeant Crypto, what's up, what's going on? Hit that like button, make sure you hit that share. Yeah, we definitely gonna have some fun today. And we're starting it off with Fidel Castro's son, Justin Trudeau, says investing in crypto is not an escape from inflation. My man is hating on us early. Canada's inflation rose to 40-year highs this year, while Bitcoin's price plummeted in the same period. How the hell can Bitcoin price plummet in the same period when it hasn't been around 40 years? So Canada's inflation was a problem before. Inflation period has been a problem before. But if you saw his speech, and I actually saw the clip of it, it says, Justin Trudeau made critical remarks regarding newly elected opposition leader Pierre Poilievre's pro-crypto platform, writing, "We'll also call out questionable, reckless economic ideas. Telling people they can opt out of inflation by investing in cryptocurrencies is not responsible leadership." Technically, I agree with him. I believe Bitcoin is the only inflation hedge long term, but just cryptocurrencies in general, he may have a point. But he's coming at the industry as a whole, just like a lot of people who are on that side. Seems like there's one side of the aisle that really does not want to see Bitcoin and crypto succeed, because that would break down their entire power structure, and everything that they work for power-wise will go away. So I understand they're protecting their interests, but you're bullshitting, Justin Trudeau. And in a separate TV appearance, Trudeau reiterated the remarks, adding that responsible leaders should advocate for individuals to invest their life savings in volatile cryptocurrencies. Who's saying that? Nobody is saying that. I've never met a person who said, yes, take everything you have, put it in the crypto, and just hope for the best. Like, nobody does that. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and easing into the market is actually the smart way to do it, unless you have a big stack already ready. Calgary-born politician Pierre Poilievre won 68% of the votes in an election for the next leader of the Conservative Party of Canada, or the official opposition to the incumbent Liberal Party led by Justin Trudeau. So Poilievre is, I hope I'm saying that right, probably not. My French is trash. So my boy Big P is a pro-crypto advocate who has pledged to transform Canada into the blockchain capital of the world, citing positive job creation prospects within the Web3 sector and a lower cost of financial products as reasons to support the intent. In past interviews, Big P claims that the government is ruining the Canadian dollar and that Canadians should consider other forms of money, such as crypto. And we've said this before, that at the very least, you should have a little Bitcoin as a backup plan. I mean, if you have a savings account that's over $1,000, at least a little bit of it should be in Bitcoin. You want to be responsible. You should always have at least 1,000 emergency savings, but after that, you should definitely start putting some into Bitcoin just as a backup plan. If you don't believe in it that much, if you believe in it as much as me or as some other people, you may go a little harder, but that is definitely a good plan. It sounds like a smart guy. Don't know his his official positions, but pretty much anything. Sorry about that. Anything that opposes Justin Trudeau, I mean, can't be that bad. I mean, Trudeau's been terrible for Canada. He messed up the truckers, Canadian dollars under inflation like everybody else. I mean, he's just done a lot of things that I don't agree with. So if Trudeau hates it, then that means it's probably okay. And you can start to see that with a lot of people who have opposition to Bitcoin. You start to look at their policies, you're like, oh, you don't want people to have any freedom. You just want to be in control. And they talk with this, like, I call it the Joel Osteen voice, where they get real nice. Yes, we're going to make sure that we do everything possible to make sure. Shut up, man. I would rather have a honest asshole than a nice liar. That is the worst to me, is somebody that's really nice when they talk to you and they're just lying to your face. I'd rather be an honest asshole, more or less listen to one. So that is something that he'll have to deal with. And when we talk about inflation hedge, usually they contract the price of Bitcoin to a certain period. And then when you look over a long time period, according to looking at Bitcoin.com, 84% of everyone who's ever invested has made money in the market, and 100% of people who have been in the market more than 3 years have made an increase in value in their investment. So the inflation hedge that we're talking about is that long term, yes, this is going to be a way to combat this inflation if you have it on a long enough time scale. So let's take a look at some of the people in our comments. Oh man, I know some people coming in. Invite everybody in, share, like, make sure you hit that like button. It's looking kind of light right now. Let's see. Alipio, I heard they're after Do Kwon. Oh yeah, definitely. They're definitely after Do Kwon right now. Let's see. Reno Gamble, GoldenEye. Yeah, we're talking about 007. 11 Super Mario, Fidel Castro's son. Yep. I mean, it's probably not true, but it is funny to think about. He has the exact same face, and there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the back scenes. And really rich people who run countries, they always do some weird shit. So who knows, man? I don't even want to get into the type of stuff I saw in LA with a lot of rich people you probably know, entertainers who are famous. Don't want to get into it, but if they're higher up than them, I already know they're on some weird shit. So who knows whose son that is? Let's see. Reno Gamble. Anyone seen Ashley K? Haven't seen the fellow cannabis lover lately. Have not. Let's see. Alipio, he says, hey, I'm Cuban and Castro's son is a bit offensive. Cuba is much more ruthless than that. Yeah, well, again, it's just one of those rumors that people have created based on the fact that they look just alike, but who knows? Let's see. David Brumbell, not financial advice. Smash that like button. Exactly. Hit that like button. Get this algorithm popping. We're trying to garner up as much interest before we get to this 1,000 show. Nobody in the industry is doing it like us. I don't think anybody's gotten to 1,000 episodes yet in the crypto industry. I may be wrong. Let me know if I am. But I don't think anybody's gotten that far and been this consistent, held through 2 bear markets. Well, for myself, 3, but held through 2 bear markets, continue giving people news, didn't leave. Didn't cop out, didn't have a mental breakdown, didn't get fake hacked, didn't have to shut down my channel, our channel, because of whatever personal reasons. We just keep it rolling, people. So make sure you hit that like button. You are not going to get this information and just as raw anywhere else. And let's jump into our next story today. Bitgo sues Galaxy Digital for acquisition breach, seeks $100 million in damages. Woo! Oh man. So Bitgo has accused Galaxy of improper repudiation and intentional breach of the merger in a lawsuit filed with Delaware Chancery Court. And digital asset custodian Bitgo has filed a lawsuit against Mike Novogratz cryptocurrency investment firm Galaxy Digital. We actually covered this story when we discussed them with the acquisition, and we definitely stated we wanted to see what happened after that. Well, it looks as though they are filing this lawsuit after Galaxy terminated the $1.2 billion acquisition with Bitgo in mid-August, and they're seeking more than $100 million in damages, accusing them of the charges I stated before. Galaxy, they terminated this acquisition August 15th, and they argued that it exercises right to drop the deal in line with the merger agreement after Bitgo failed to deliver audited financial statements for 2021. And Galaxy CEO Novogratz said he was pursuing his path to the United States listing on NASDAQ. And Galaxy also stated they plan to vigorously defend the firm in a potential case and says that these claims were without merit. I will be interviewing Novogratz, for those of you who don't know, at the Black Blockchain Summit in DC. The first event will be September 22nd. So I will be interviewing him, one-on-one fireside chat with Mike Novogratz. But before we go on or afterwards, I'll ask him about this. Maybe I don't want to, blow a spot up in front of everybody, but I'll ask him about this to see what was going on. Maybe they wanted it at first, saw something they didn't like and backed out. We saw something similar with Elon Musk, where he was basically going to buy Twitter, saw something he didn't like, and then backed out. And I think they either were about to sue or are suing him for that. So sometimes when these mergers happen or these deals happen, they could be in talks, or they could sign an MOU or NDA or whatever to get it rolling, and then they can back out like, you know what, never mind. We don't really want that because we took a deep look and our guys found something. Who knows? I don't think it's money problems per se, but maybe they just don't want to take that risk with Bitgo. Who knows? Like I said, I'll ask Mike whenever I see him. But at the same time, this is huge news, because what you're starting to see is a lot of companies who do have these mergers or these agreements. A lot of them may start backing out because of the market being down. They want to, mitigate their risk, and they're not taking big chances like they do in the bull market. Everybody's buying everything. I mean, I've seen so much shit get invested in that's trash. I mean, it's terrible projects raising 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. And, I've seen good ones like Bitgo where they are getting acquired for 1.2 billion. So at the same time, that's internal. I'll have to figure it out. I like to get the scoop straight from the horse's mouth. Don't want to, speculate without any sort of information or any background. So Bitgo, we'll see how that goes. Bitgo's still a great service, and Galaxy Digital still pushing forward. And let's see who we got. All right, the likes getting up a little bit. We still not all the way there. If you are watching right now, stop lurking and start liking. Definitely need that for the algo, because they're not going to help us out at all with the algo. Seems like people get shadow banned and blocked, and comments were getting taken down, and people are getting late notifications. I mean, good gracious. So Reno Gamble, hey Zay, you and King, keep doing that thing. It might look like you guys are doing things based on algorithm corporate data, but you guys are a force. Yeah, appreciate it. I mean, this is the thing. The cream always rises to the top, and this is the main thing that we've always said. We wanted it to be organic, which is what we've achieved. Not going for super exciting titles that that are lies. People always put all these exciting titles. Oh yeah, the XRP is going to $500 tomorrow, and fucking all these little faces. Nobody gives a shit about that. Tune in and watch two real niggas talk about crypto. If that's what you want to see, then you can watch it, because you're not going to get it anywhere else. And the problem with, I think, the industry right now is that you got a lot of people who are saying, I've been in this industry a while, I've done this, I've done that. And then you start to look at their background and you're like, you haven't done much. You're just talking. So it is what it is. And let's see. So 11 Super Mario asked him if he's going to keep that whack ass tattoo. Oh man, I definitely got to ask him about that Luna tattoo. Hopefully he gets that covered up or taken away, because that tattoo is garbage. And Mike, he's a good friend of mine. I love talking to him. But at the same time, I would have never got a Luna tattoo. I don't even have a Bitcoin tattoo yet. As much as I love it, I'm not getting that tattooed on me. I'm good though. Let's see. Who else we got in here? Jake Fever, XRP is going to $500 though. Yeah, okay. I want to see that $20 trillion market cap they'll have to get in order to achieve that. That would be amazing. But who knows, man? Money is nothing in the grand scheme of things. They could go there. Who knows? I think things are going to get wacky for a lot of people in the next big bull market, but definitely not $500 though. Maybe $5. Let's be serious here. So jumping into our next story for today. Fidelity, Citadel Securities, Charles Schwab launched Bitcoin crypto exchange. And you may have heard this news. It was pretty big news in the space on social media. The group of financial behemoths, I haven't seen that word, but I haven't seen that in a long time, is launching a Bitcoin and crypto exchange to be settled on with the liquidity backing of legacy finance. And if you are waiting for the floodgates to open, this seems like it's it. Short of a SEC approved ETF, this is probably the biggest news as far as retail and institutional investments being able to get into the market. And it will be called EDX Markets, which is meant to serve as a powerhouse exchange backed by the liquidity of legacy financial institutions. Other notable contributors in the venture include Paradigm, Sequoia Capital, and Virtue Financial, as Bitcoin Magazine previously reported. And a quote here, we look forward to welcoming additional participants in the exchange, which will drive ongoing trading in this important asset class while creating a virtuous cycle of continually enhanced liquidity and efficiency supported by MEMX's cutting edge technology. So they're basically going to introduce their version of an exchange. And let me just say this. When I first started in 2013, my roommate worked for Charles Schwab. They discussed Bitcoin. This is 2013. This is 9 years ago, people, going on 10 years. They discussed Bitcoin, and he had no clue what it was. He's an investment banker. He was just like, all right, I don't know what this is. Pass it off to me, and that's how I got started. But you see how long it takes for these large institutions to get involved, and that's why I tell people, don't be discouraged by being new and being, somebody who's learning on the fly, because even these big exchanges, they may be watching, they may be waiting, but sometimes they're too big of a company to actually make quick decisions. They're not nimble, they're not agile, and like we can be, or like anybody watching. So they take a long time to introduce this stuff. And the reason they don't care is because if it's not $1 trillion asset, like it says here, $1 trillion global asset, they're not even paying attention to it, people. If it's lower than $1 trillion asset, they don't care. They're just now getting into the game. And this may signal we're close to a bottom. I'm not saying this is the bottom, because I do think we may hit a quick dip down or a slow grind down, to the 10K mark to really clear out all of the people who do not actually believe in Bitcoin. But I think this may be close to the bottom, because whenever you have introductions like this, you want to get the most value out of it as you can. And I do want to remind people, when CBOE got introduced, it went from 3K to 20K. When CBOE got introduced, it went from 20K back down to 5. And they got ultimate value going up and ultimate value going down, because they want to understand that in different market conditions, they have to win, people. They are not going to lose. They're not putting all this money into it to lose. And shout out to the people at Fidelity. I've consulted them, their digital assets team, a couple of times. Spoken with them, got them books as well. And I understand a lot of people don't get how big this is, because they think, well, it's a lot of interest being gone, bear market's gone. Trust me, the bots that they have state-of-the-art institutional trading bots that they use for trillion-dollar asset classes. Other places, crypto is a breeze. They can push the market wherever they want. And as a retail person, you just have to go with the tide, go with the flow, because it is still quite speculative as Bitcoin establishes itself as a store of value. I think in the next few years, when things get really bad for the economy, it will start to be the inflation hedge people have stated, and on to money in the future. So this is one big step. So mark that down, September 14th. You heard it here. This may mark the beginning of the next bull market. Not immediately, but you'll look back and say, that was around the time where we started seeing heavy investment from institutions, and make it safe for all the Ned Flanders out there who are scared to invest their own money. So let's see who we got. Alec G, whoa, Zay's mic is acting up, or is it just me? I'm not sure if it's the mic. Let's see, Reggie Middleton, he says, that's very good for me. By next week, you'll see why. Oh yeah, let us know, Reggie. Matter of fact, we want you on for the 1000th episode. We'll take a week off in between it, so we'll set it all up, but we'd love to have you on for the 1000th episode to discuss that more. So Kevin Cummings, perhaps he should tattoo Luna 2 and stick with it. Oh man, I mean, Luna 2 did go up 250% in the month of September so far, so maybe maybe you can get some value from that. But anybody that gets tattoos of cryptos or whatnot, hey man, you're a free individual, do what you want. It's just not for me. I'm good. You don't really, I'm getting tattoos of other stuff maybe, but I'm all good. What you may be hearing, Alec, is a little bit stopped up. I don't know, changing in weather, is going from hot to cold. I'm in this breezy environment right now, but yeah, I'm about to go to the warmth pretty soon. Let's see, Wyatt, so do we expect another drop at the midterms? Do you think support will be too high? I'm expecting a drop, definitely. Will it be a slow grind to the 10K area, 15K area, or will it be a quick drop, is what is up in the air. We don't know. Nobody can really tell you exactly where it's going. All I can tell you is stack sats and move on with your life. Go take a nap. It's not that serious. And if you are a full-time trader, more power to you. That's not my game anymore. But if you are a investor, then you should understand how important this asset class is, and you can move from there. And any other cryptos you believe in, same thing. So definitely good to see there. So I wanted to bring up this story here. It's not necessarily a news story, but it is a story in Cointelegraph magazine. It is Insider's Guide to Real Life crypto OGs. There's two parts to it. This is part one. And, this article, reading through it, I've already glanced at it, but it's definitely missing a lot of people. But let's just go through it so people can see some of what is defined as an OG. The first line is pretty corny. Whoever wrote this, come on, man, shout out to me. Shout out to me, King, somebody else who can help you with your slang. But crypto OGs, slang for original gangsters, have acquired almost a mythical and godly reputation in an industry populated with libertarians, anti-government rebels, innovators, get-rich-quick scammers, hackers, and DGen investors with rampant gambling addictions and toxic social media behavior. Who the fuck approved this? God damn, they got every bad group of people in crypto. All they put was innovators, but they didn't really put anything about developers. They didn't say anything about educators. They didn't say anything about project managers or anybody, even influencers. You could have put anything, but they put all the bad aspect of the industry in here. And the original gangsters part, come on, man, who doesn't know what OGs mean? Even if you don't, look it up, my man. I would have never defined that in an article. And it keeps on going. Who are these OGs exactly? Unlike the rich and powerful in the traditional finance and conventional tech sector, crypto OGs are protected by a layer of decentralized anonymity in a particularly wild corner of cyberspace. So let's slide on down. And the first one they bring up, the shadowy supercoders or anon founders. And of course, they go into these OGs were in it for the tech. They were building, if you know David Chom back in the 80s, if you go to Adam Back with Hashcash, you got Willy Woo, you have Max Kaiser with tokenized securities. You got, Reggie's in the chat right now as an OG that was building products like this, building DeFi. You have a lot of OGs from back in the day that led all the way up to Bitcoin being created. I still think that there was a touch of some sort of different technology. I put on my tinfoil hat. The same thing that Tesla was saying. If you understand 369, the numbers 3, 6, and 9, you'll understand the universe and that a lot of things have been touched by alien technology or whoever, the Anunnaki, whoever you want to put in there. I think Bitcoin is similar. I've basically looked at it enough to see that how could you put all these different things together and create Bitcoin in such a slick, different way? So these people have definitely worked for years to create Bitcoin. These are the first OGs, and they describe them as shadowy supercoders. A lot of them are private. I've met some people who were Bitcoin developers in 2011, 2012, people around the world. You won't ever see these people. They're not going to do YouTube. They're not trying to teach anybody. They got into Bitcoin, they left. They went to their own island, trying to do the same, but definitely want to get this information out before that happens. And then they moved on to the reputable OGs, people like Vitalik Buterin, Joseph Lubin, the Winklevoss twins, Jahan Wu, and these are some of the people that became crypto billionaires. They have reputations that precede them. They started very, very early on. We're talking 2010, 2011. And, this is the difference between, in my opinion, the OGs who actually were building and OGs who were in the Bitcoin space for the tech, because most of those guys went away. But the guys who were building companies, they're still around today. And this quote here, kidnapping for ransom has been increasing among crypto OGs. He tells me dead serious, getting more media attention will not aid him in any way more. He's too OG for any serious industry player not to have known him. And that comes from Brian, which is not his real name. This is another shadowy coder that doesn't want to be revealed. But as you can see here, they got Adam Back from Blockstream. Definitely an OG in the space. He was the only person whose name was mentioned in the Bitcoin white paper. A little bit of trivia for you there. So if you ever go to a bar and they got some Bitcoin trivia, what's the only name in the Bitcoin white paper? You know it. It's Adam Back. And he's definitely been around for a while. Cool guy. I met him at Consensus. Very quiet. Sat to himself, sitting over there drinking his coffee, talking to another guy. Just shook his hand, said, appreciate everything you do. I know he didn't know who the fuck I was. He was just like, thanks, man. Whatever. But the ones making a comeback, these are OGs that have been embroiled in downfall of large projects. To me, these people, I guess you could call them OGs. Back in the day, there were a lot of people who were starting different projects, like Julian Haas using Chua. This is the thing about starting a business. If it doesn't work out, you can come back and rebrand yourself. We've seen the rebrand. The rebrand is strong with a lot of people. So we've seen the rebrand from a lot of different people. Former 10X engineer, They started Cake DeFi, so they lost money on one thing, came back. This is a different type of OG. And let's go to part 2. Some of these real OGs you meet at a party. Let's see, the Neo OGs, market makers and traders. These are people who came around maybe 2016, 2017, when the market started to go huge. When we went from $1,000 on January 1st, 2017, all the way to about 20K in December. So that was a huge ride, and it brought a lot of people into the market. You started seeing Jamie Dimon talking about it. That was huge. But SBF, he built his wealth from arbitrage crypto trading, leveraged it into his empire. He's a 30-year-old self-made millionaire. He's got FTX on the side of the Miami Heat Stadium. I mean, he's basically worked himself into a space where you can call him an OG for the work that he's done. He's been around about 5 years now. There's a few people like that. Let's see. This guy right here, Darius Sit, same thing. I mean, I guess I don't. The main thing I wanted to get out of this is who the fuck are these people who call themselves OGs that nobody really knows about? I don't know, but this seems to be a pretty good article to define some of the people who are in it. Herbert Sim, whatever, man. I don't know who these people are, but maybe Reggie might know, or maybe somebody in the chat who's been around long as us. Maybe you may know who these people are, but I know who the real OGs are, and some of them have no names, no face. You won't know. I have contact with them. Trust me. There's a lot of people who are around early on, and then you have the flashy influencers and YOLO bros, which is the media's way of basically demonizing the crypto market for the sins of a few. There are people who are flashy people. There's people like Richard Hart who exist. They like watches, they like cars, they like to buy shit, they like to be out in the public. That's fine. That's their money. Doesn't change you. All it does is expand who you really are. So if they were already like that before, and then they got this crypto money, then of course they're going to get Lambos, super yachts, set up on tropical islands. Me, I'm doing mine a little bit more quiet. I got the yachts already popping, trying to get my yacht broker license as well. I'm dead serious. I'm definitely going to be in the yacht game. As far as the island, I'm not buying an island, but I do want to be in control of the crypto on an island, and I'm working on that right now as we speak. So I'm doing mine a little bit under the radar. Simply because I'm not a flashy person at all. Anybody that knows me, I wear sweatsuits and hoodies every day. I don't really care about clothes like that. And for those people, for example, explains the big. I think people like me, like Kyle Chase, are doing the hard work of preaching the gospel of Bitcoin to the masses. Explains the Bitcoin man, aka Herbert Sim, a social media influencer with hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram and Twitter. I don't know who the fuck this is, honestly. If somebody knows him, shout out to him. I don't know him, but it's just a lot of names that get thrown in there. It's like crypto bros, and they're flashy and this and that. And then you ask real OGs, and we're like, who the fuck are you talking about? Well, nobody knows who that is. But the younger generation, crypto has moved to like TikTok. So there's a lot of people who are watching these guys who have a lot of content out, and they think to themselves, oh, he must be OG. He's been around 5 years. And you just look at him, you're like, man, he's just been riding the wave. Like, it's half of the YouTubers. I don't think anybody, I think it's one show, one podcast that was around like 2013, 2014 that's still going today. But they do it like weekly or monthly. But other than that, I don't really know who these people are. So some people got pretty lucky, bought some Bitcoin, stuck with it. Some people built, different platforms, which is good for them. Who knows? But let's see. OG is a spectrum. And with many OGs straddle a few different categories. Would you invest in $1 back in 2010? Would you count it as an OG? And somebody says here, no, an OG would be a person who originated the technology or utilized the technology in creating new business opportunities that address key pain points or previously ignored unbeknownst. So I kind of agree with that there. But I will say, if you were buying it at $1, you're definitely OG. And I don't want to get into this purity test of who's a real OG, who's a fake one, blah, blah, blah. OG is in the eye of the beholder. There's people that call me OGs, and I'm like, no, I'm not really OG. 2013 was early enough, but it wasn't as early as some of these other people. And, the people I look up to, Reggie Middletons, the Max Kaisers of the world, the people who were around early on, Adam Back, some of Sinclair Skinner, some of the people who were around really early, Lamar Wilson. These are people that I look up to because they actually built stuff. These are the real OGs. But yeah, that's a quick guide to the crypto OG space. It's just something interesting I wanted to look at. But it's so many people vying for attention, who want to be famous, who want to be known for it, which is understandable. You can make good money off of it. But honestly, I mean, I can't predict the future, but what I will say is all of these people who are very well known, I've already been quietly canceled because I'm too outspoken. For those of you who don't know, there's a lot of things behind the scenes you don't know. I've been quietly canceled by a couple billionaires, a few other people. We talked about the Bitcoin Academy. We talked about with some of the stuff I've said on Twitter, some of the stuff me and King have said on the show, and people being offended. Beta, but we built our life, and I don't really need their approval. So that's something you can't really have. You can't have a free person who has their own money, because then I can say whatever I want, and then what can you say because you're controlled by some group? So to be a real OG to me is to get the absolute freedom. I don't have absolute freedom yet. Not is on the way, but definitely trying to get there. And shout out to everybody who's been in the space for at least 5 years, because you definitely have to go through some ups and downs and see the market for yourself. Some good old turbulence in the market to get that OG status. So let's look at the comments before we get up out of here. Let's see. Reno Gamble. Oh, Rashu Richard would get robbed if he was seen in public. I don't know. He's from Florida. He might have that thing on him. You never know. Reno Gamble. That's what's up, Zay. I'm in the need of a boat too. No yacht. Yeah, I definitely want a yacht. I'm getting my yacht broker's license. Shout out to Shannon. Trying to get my yacht broker's license. Not only can I have my own yacht, but sell to others. Starting a Bitcoin boat club. And I make sure I say it out loud so you don't steal my fucking ideas. Man, I got hundreds of ideas. So even if some of them are stolen, there's been dozens that have been taken. But the Bitcoin boat club, invented by Isaiah Jackson, and is nobody else. Trust me, nobody else has created that. Bored Ape Yachts. We're working with them. They want to do collaborations, things like that. So trust me, we got a lot coming. And let's see what else we got. Ghetto Show. It's best to do a lot of moves under the radar, especially in the next 10 years. I doubt anyone wants to be doxxed as a crypto millionaire. Soon it's going to be people like targeting rappers in LA. And that's exactly what I tell people. King convinced me to do this show back in 2017 because I had never done a YouTube before. I had done everything face to face. And we talked about it. And our long-term plan was to get the information out there, have a lot of content IP that people could use for years to come. But for the most part, he knows how I am. Very private person. I don't like to put my information out there. I'm sliding off into the sunset. I'm gonna be chilling with my baby girl, running on the beach somewhere on an island nobody can name. So that's basically because I think this is really gonna happen. Bitcoin goes past 100K, 500K in the next 10 years. I can promise you there's going to be some people that's targeted, and there's going to be a lot of these nerds walking around that think everybody is just cool and we all going to make it. No, I'm going to take your shit. That's what's going to happen, and not trying to be a victim to that. So a lot of people need to watch out for that, definitely being a target. And I think as it progresses, as far as more people being into the market, it'll be less likely for people to be able to identify right offhand. But at the same time, hey man, protect your neck. Let's see what else we got here. Kevin Cummins, real OGs can only be known after a few more shakeouts. Yeah, I mean, if you're still here, if we shake out down to 10K and you're still here, you're an OG, man. Because I promise you, some people are going to be so rattled and they're going to feel like they lost everything. But I do want to clear out the trash. Let's see. Kevin Cummins, yo, can we get Cliff High on the show? We'll be interested in his views on the bottom. Yeah, we're trying to get him on for the 1000 show as well. We're trying to bring back all of our best interviews we've had, best debates. So we're trying to bring everybody back for the 1000 show, of course. So let's see. A lot of people laughing at the OGs thing. Let's see. What else we got? The fact that they gave the meaning of OG tells you they're not the person to listen to. Yeah, I can already see it. Some nerd that wrote this, which means original gangsters. Thanks, my guy. God damn. Corny as hell. But let's see what else we got. Sliding down a little bit in these comments. Let's see. Raceman, 5-year AA badge. Entry late 2017. Oh yeah, you in there. Five years definitely. Finn, party at Zay's future mansion when he's got can't touch this money. Oh yeah, I'm actually in the middle of a deal to buy some land to build that in the next few years. So when you get that private invite with a QR code, and you already know what it is, we're gonna be partying it up, and everybody is definitely invited. And let's see, real talk, Jump Out Girls, Ed King, and Canceled in the Hood. Shout out to Jump Out Girls. Let me tell you something. Jump Out Girls are funny as hell. I love Shelby and Fatima. They are hilarious. They had some clip where Fatima fell out the chair. You got to check out Jump Out Girls. Great information. Amazing women in the space. And people always ask, where are the women in the space? But they don't check out people like Jump Out Girls who are doing it every week. They're giving you consistently good information. That's where you want to look, of course. So DM Carr, that's what say the Bitcoin Club is a cool idea, bro. Yeah, of course. I really want to start the club so that anytime we have a Bitcoin conference in Miami, a lot of us can get together, party, have a good time, maybe have a speaker or two, bring some of the strippers from Booby Trap on there. Who knows, man? We're going to have a good time. It's not going to look like Kyrie Irving's boat. I can tell you that. It's going to be a lot more melanin, but it's going to be a good time. That's all I got to say. DM Carr. Yeah, I'm the same with my son, if possible. Absolutely. Kufu Crypto, RIP, Jesse Powell. I believe that's the R&B singer. Yes, RIP to him, man. A lot of people, RIP to PNB Rock and a few other people as well, man. It's people dropping like flies, man. I hate to see it. I hate that it's happening. And Ali P.O., the purge is coming. Hey, man, I've seen some laws that's been passed where you might be a little more free. But again, like I said, protect your neck. Keep it on you at all times. I'm all set. I'm all ready, baby. Just come if you want. I'm gonna get nerfed up in this bitch, but not. That's for shooting at my little nephew. But again, gotta stay ready. Protect your neck. Satoshi Slim, a POAP party. POAP. I forget what that even stands for, but yeah, I guess. Let's see. Let's see. Justin, from you, too many people think we're going to 10K. It's the new 100K. Well, see, this is the thing. I like to say stuff in public on here and on Twitter because it sort of goes along with the thing that if you say it out loud enough times, it's not going to happen. So a little bit of reverse psychology, but I don't give a shit either way, man. Who cares? As a long-term investor, it shouldn't matter, man. Don't matter. So the price has nothing to do with the technology itself, man. Alapio, yeah, they do show lots of good energy, very entertaining, very funny. Oh yeah, talking about Jump Out Girls. Yeah, the Jump Out Girls, we sent some down from ATL. Yeah, speaking of, man, I might come to Atlanta this weekend just to come holler at y'all about some stuff. But yeah, Jump Out Girls, make sure you check out the show when they come on the channel. Great show as well. And let's see, Heathen on there's that Draco though. Oh yeah, y'all not ready for that Nerf shockwave hit your ass when you least expecting it. And let's see who else. The last few comments before I get out of here talking shit today. Reno Gamble, I heard the opposite, but same dynamics involved. Oh, proof of attendance protocol. Oh yeah. That's the we use that for NFTs whenever we do events in Miami. I can't keep up with everything, but yeah, POAP, proof of attendance, we'll definitely have that. If you have the NFT yachts, we'll definitely have that combined together so we can bring people on, of course. So real talk, thanks for the tip, $5 tip. Are the proof of work ETH supporters strong enough to fork? They won't have a choice when they fork off into proof of stake. If they want to stay, if they don't upgrade to proof of stake, they'll just essentially be proof of work. Will the network be strong enough? I don't know. It may turn into an Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic forked off, and you haven't seen much from it since then. So wherever the money moves, and again, there's a lot of big money supporting Ethereum. That's why I think they'll succeed as a tech project. It is not money at all. As soon as you go to proof of stake, you can't even make that claim at all. But they do have some big names, JP Morgan, some of these other people that are validators. They're not going to lose people, so they'll make their money in Ethereum, and they got enough developers to build maybe 1 or 2 killer apps. Haven't seen it yet, but we'll see. Let's see. Best way to convince my family to use Bitcoin as payroll for our business. I would say show them the different aspects like Bitwage. There's different ways that you can accept it for payroll for your business, and you could tell them to start with a small amount. Tell them, hey, if this is going into your savings anyway, put this into Bitcoin. If you want to get paid in Bitcoin, you can request that, and they can pay you the regular way, and then you'll just receive it in Bitcoin. So you don't necessarily have to convince them, but just start with small amounts and then show them that as you stack over time, you have this backup plan, you have this other money that can't be taken by the state. And once you receive it, hold it so it's not a taxable event. Don't trade it back into cash, and you'll essentially be able to get that value back after years of doing the same thing. So let's see. Came on crypto, Ethereum classic. Oh yeah, Ethereum classic squared. Hilarious. Jake Fever got drunk 8 bottle club coming. Oh yeah, Jake, you got to bring the bar to the yacht. Man, we got a few. Already got some sponsors like LeBron James. Shout out to Shannon. He got LeBron James's tequila. We got some other brands we're working with as well. But Drunk 8 bottle club will be dope as well. Definitely bring that. Let's see, a few other comments coming in, but thank you all today. We'll go ahead and end it there. I don't want to take too much of you all's time today talking too much shit, but appreciate everybody. Make sure you like and share the show. And before I get out of here, let me show you all something really quick. Blockchain on the beach. This is something that I will be helping with as far as teaching. Blockchain on the beach. It'll be the 7th through the 9th in Barbados, my favorite country. And I will be down there along with others, professors. There'll be other teachers. There'll be kids who will be helping and assisting. Chantel, who is a Grammy-nominated singer who wrote songs for Rihanna. She will be on there as well. Actually, check out Community Crypto, my weekly show, Thursdays at 4 p.m. This Thursday, I have Chantel on there, as well as Anu Bardwaj, who founded the entire blockchain on the beach. Very, very intelligent women. Chantel will be having music that they'll be turning in NFTs. Anu will be teaching about crypto. I'll be teaching about history of money and Bitcoin. And save the date, because this is coming up in about a month. And if you want to go, you can actually sponsor some students to go. I'll be sponsoring students as well. And, you know, as it says here, Anu Bardwaj, serial entrepreneur, and she went to an event held by Mia Motley, who is Her Excellency Prime Minister, who I would have had the chance to meet last summer, but they had a huge volcano ash issue, so they were busy with that. So I had to postpone it till this October. I'll definitely be trying to meet up with her and some government officials. But Barbados, we're going to have a lot of different kids that'll be involved. Again, I'm not focused on adults as much. I'm focusing on the kids because I'm trying to build the next generation into what we want. Thinking long-term, people. These are some of the partners you have: CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, Sheconomy, which they created, of course, Crypto Chicks, NFT Kids, Black Bitcoin Billionaires. As you can see, we definitely help with that as well. And we have a lot of different sponsors coming in. And if you want to help sponsor, you know, one scholarship, $1,000, well, 1,111, that'll get you a spot for sponsorship. 3,333, you get 3 nights accommodation, you get the 4-star luxury beachfront hotel, VIP pass, and you sponsor 3 kids. 5,555, you can sponsor 5 kids, you get that accommodation. You get extra room nights and incidentals and a lot of VIP things going on, yoga on the beach, meditation. And of course, as some people know, Barbados, trying to make my future home. So this is just the start, and we'll be scaling up from there. Shout out to L, Crypto in the Caribbean. Talk to him about the Bahamas. Shout out to David Burton, the finance minister I've talked to in Bermuda. We're looking to go to Trinidad, Haiti. We're going to all the islands, anywhere warm. I'm done with cold weather, people. I'm done with this cold shit. So I'm gonna be somewhere warm, teaching kids about Bitcoin, retired for the rest of my life. As you all know, I have my own daughter now, so I'm focused more on the kids. So if you want to help out, if you want to donate, reach out. Go to blockchainonthebeach.com. I can promise you it'll be a great experience. You got a month to get it in, to get it going. And of course, check out our Barbados episode on Community Crypto Thursday at 4. Make sure you check out the Gentleman of Crypto masterclass as well if you haven't already. Also, too, if you want to send in some ideas for the 1000 show, we have a lot of things lined up. But if you're in the Discord, shoot us some ideas, something you may want to see, some people you may want to see on the show, because we want the 1000th episode to be amazing. So that'll be coming up in a few weeks here. We're at 998 people. We're very close. 999 will be this Friday. And then in a couple weeks, you'll see the 1000th episode. The best and longest running daily podcast in the crypto industry with the best hosts and the best people. I'm Isaiah motherfucking Jackson.